It's hard to believe, but I left my job 3 years ago and went full time with my online business. As I was looking back through my numbers and my revenue, my average daily income when I went full time in June of 2020 was $58. This means that I was making an average of $58 a day every day. That number in the last 3 years has increased 11x. Now that number is $649. That's a pretty amazing increase. I'm incredibly thankful for it. And it got me thinking, why have I seen these kinds of results? What have I done well? What have I done that has worked? And what have I done that has been successful that I could share with you and maybe encourage you as you're growing your online business? A few weeks ago, I made a video about the mistakes I've made in my online business, and I've made plenty of them, but I have done a few things right. So in this video, I want to show you 8 things that I've done well in my online business that have led to this 11x growth over the last 3 years. If you're new here, my name's Lane. I love to help digital entrepreneurs start and grow their online businesses. Go to lanesebring.com/supersimple. Pick up my super simple guide to your first $500 online. That's going to be a great complement to this video, as it's going to give you a clear path to start your online course business. It's the exact steps I took, and it's going to lead you down the right path. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, committing to YouTube long form content. Here's what I mean by this. There's lots of different ways to do content in your online business. You can do TikTok, you can do Instagram Reels, you can go over to Twitter, you can do it on Facebook, you can do YouTube Shorts, you can do YouTube long form, you can do a combination of all of those. What I have found to be incredibly successful for me is YouTube, but not just YouTube, YouTube long form. And I'm not against shorts, and I'm not against TikTok, I'm not against Reels. I do a little bit of all that. I'm gonna do more as I get better at this. But when I first started out in online business, I was like, what am I going to do to get the most bang from my buck when it comes to content? And my view of content is really that it's more of a lead generating tool than anything else. Content is all about helping people solve the problem that they came to that platform searching to figure out and solve, proving my worth by showing up so that they know me, like me, and trust me, and then having a clear path from my content to my email list through my lead magnet. I had to decide, what platform am I going to drill down on? For my business, both Preaching Donkey, where I coach pastors, and this business where I help online business owners, people go to YouTube looking for answers to their questions. People go to YouTube to try to solve problems. How do I do this? What does it look like to make money online? How do I build a course? What's the best course platform? How do I do email marketing? How do I set up a sales funnel? How do I build a website? People go to YouTube to search those questions. And when they do, people find my videos on the other end of those searches. And that has led to an incredible amount of leads coming through and growth in my business. Number 2, being willing to try anything. So many people get locked into like, it's gotta be this way, I'm only gonna do this. Whether it's working or not, they're just gonna do this one thing. And what I did early on is I said, I have a math problem, okay? I have a math problem, and that is, I get paid about $60,000 in my job at the time. I need to replace that $60,000 online. So that was $5,000 a month. And that actually happened pretty quickly, and then doubled, tripled, quadrupled from there. But I had a $60,000 math problem, which was a $5,000 per month math problem. And that math problem was being solved with a 9-to-5 job that I no longer wanted, because I don't like jobs, I don't like bosses, and I don't like schedules that I'm beholden to. So I was willing to literally try anything short of things that I deemed to be immoral, things that I deemed to be unethical. I wouldn't do that stuff. But just generally speaking, if there was an idea that someone could try that was ethical and moral online, I was willing to give it a try to see, like, does this work for me? Everything from fulfillment by Amazon to product reviews to building a physical product brand to making online courses, membership sites. Some of these I tried, actually. Some of these I just researched and realized they weren't for me. But I was more than willing to try anything I could to be successful. And I think this served me well because it kept me curious and kept me from getting in a rut and thinking that I had it all figured out, when really all of this is an experiment. We're all just trying to figure out where is our little piece of this massive pie that's available online, and how do we make the most of it. Now, over time, I started to drill down on what was working, but at first, and even now, I'm willing to try pretty much anything that I think might work, as long as it aligns with my values and I don't consider it to be unethical or immoral. So for you, if you're getting into this, be willing to try anything. Don't get tunnel vision until a concept has proven to work, and then definitely get some tunnel vision and double down on it. That leads to number 3, which is I doubled down on what was working. So I just said I was willing to try anything, but I think that is only half of this equation. Being willing to double down and triple down on what is actually working, aka what's making you money in your online business, is a massive part of how I have seen success. What this took is a discipline to say, I'm not just gonna continue to indiscriminately try anything, I'm gonna pinpoint those things that are working. So my passion aligns with them because I actually want to do it, I actually care about it. It's generating revenue, it's growing my business, it's making a difference in people's lives, it's growing my audience. When all these things are happening, I'm going to double and triple down on the things that work. Whenever something started to really work and it aligned with all those things, I was willing to say, okay, experimentation at this point is kind of like pausing, and I'm going all in on this proven concept until either it stops working or I grow it to the point where I can systematize it, hand it off, whatever. But that's the approach that I've taken, and it's served me well. Number 4, putting lifestyle over profit. This is something that has been exceedingly important to me. I never wanted to build a business that required a ton of my time and energy and effort all the time and took me away from my family, from my wife, from my kids, from my friends, from this place that I live, that I love. I never wanted that. I never wanted to leave a 9-to-5 and only just beholden myself to a new job that I owned. I want a business, not a job. What that means is that there are some things that might lead to profit and might lead to the growth of my business, but impact my lifestyle. And this is a constant thing that I'm trying to protect. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not building a monster that I'm having to feed and maintain. So what this has meant is things like I had a membership site for a year, and that could have led to some cool things if I had worked on growing it and making it into a thing. But I did not like the commitment that I had to it. I didn't like the fact that I had to show up at a certain time and do a certain thing and be at a certain place and have all these expectations and managing the back end of it and all these kind of things. I just didn't like it. I have a whole video on this channel about why I killed my membership site. But that's an example of when profit was less important to me than lifestyle. Lifestyle was way more important than profit. And I have found a way to 11x my income without having to have a membership site, which I didn't want to do. Another example of this is one-on-one coaching. I do far less of this than I ever have, and I charge way more for it than I ever have. And the reason for this is because I don't particularly enjoy having one-on-one coaching clients. I don't like the stress of it. I don't like the burden of it. I don't like feeling obligated to people. I find that I'm able to do far better in group coaching settings where I'm coaching a small group of people at one time, and or courses and or affiliate products. Those are the kind of things that protect my lifestyle and the things that are important to me, and I still get to serve my audience. And if somebody just is dying to get one-on-one coaching with me, I'll send them my coaching page, and most of the time they realize that the prices are just a little bit too high for most people. For me, it comes down to lifestyle, and I do not want to create a monster. And sometimes when you have a whole bunch of coaching clients one-on-one, it can feel like you've got a bunch of bosses. And I don't like that feeling because I don't like jobs and I don't like bosses. So lifestyle is more important to me than just growing my business. Number 5, putting serving others over profit. So this is similar to lifestyle over profit, but this is something where I have not just maximized every possible income stream that I can. I got to 11x growth, not because I was like squeezing money out of this thing at every turn. It's because I doubled down on some things that were working. Kajabi affiliates is one example of that. So in that, I've actually provided 45-minute one-on-one Zoom calls to each person who has signed up for Kajabi. I've done that for free for a couple hundred people because I'm putting serving others over profit. Could I charge for that? Yes. Would people pay it? Yes. Would I have fewer clients if I did that? Yes. Would it be less work? Yes. But I've done it because I want to serve those people, get them successful on Kajabi. There is a profit incentive, but it's kind of over time and gradual and steady. But it's more about helping people get onto the platform and get successful. And if you want to try Kajabi using my link, you get a free 30-day trial, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. In addition to the 30 days, you get that 45-minute one-on-one Zoom call with me. We talk strategy, talk about your business, talk about your plan, how to get successful on Kajabi, how to get successful with your business. You also get a free course that I made called the Kajabi Accelerator and my 25K course launch email template. All that is yours when you use my link to sign up for Kajabi. And it's one example of the way that I've chosen to serve over profit. Do I want to make profit? Of course. Do I need to make a profit to stay in business? Absolutely. Do I make any bones at all about wanting this thing to make a ton of money? No. I've made multiple videos about that. But I want to serve people first and let the profit take care of itself. So again, lifestyle is more important to me than profit. Serving people is more important to me than profit, but the profit is important and the profit does come. I think this mindset overall has served me well in my online business. Number 6, getting coaching. When I started an online business, I did not know what I was doing. I did not know how to make all this stuff work. So I reached out to people who knew what they were doing. I took courses, several. I joined membership sites. I reached out to people and did paid one-on-one coaching. At every turn, I learned from YouTube, from coaches, from courses, and I developed my way of doing online business, but I didn't just try to come up with it out of thin air. I think you would do well to get some coaching from people who know what they're doing. A great place to start is on this channel because I've got a ton of free resources available to you in my videos. Go to the playlist. You'll find playlists on just about every topic you need. I got a big course coming out very soon that will teach you everything you need to know about online business. The best way to make sure you don't miss the launch of that course is to subscribe to my email list by going to lanesebring.com/supersimple. Get the super simple guide. You'll be subscribed and you won't miss a thing. Number 7, I got myself the right tools, and particularly Kajabi. This is an all-in-one online business platform that helps me completely run my business without a hassle, without a headache, saves me time, saves me money. I've talked a ton about Kajabi in this channel. I've already told you about the free trial you can get, but I will say this. When I had a bunch of different pieces of software to run my online business, ConvertKit, WordPress, Teachable, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, all of these different tools that I had or was planning to have, it was an absolute mess to make sense of, always something going wrong, always a logistical headache. Getting everything onto Kajabi was one of the main fast tracks to success in my online business because it cut out a ton of headaches and it helped me to focus on the things that actually put money in my pocket, which is content and products and offers. And finally, the number 8 thing that I have done that has made me successful and has contributed to that 11x growth over the last 3 years is execution. I've actually done the work. There is no one that's going to grow your online business for you. There's no one that's going to send you money because they like you and think that you're neat. You have to make this happen. So none of this would have mattered if I hadn't have just sat down or, in my case, stood up at my standing desk and done the work. So my biggest encouragement to you is if you have an idea, get started with it. Start making the content, start building the courses, start making your plan, and start executing on the plan. And I can help with that. Just go to lanesebring.com/supersimple. That's the first step to getting going with it. And since we're talking about successes, I also want to be fair and show you the mistakes that I've made, and they are right here in this video. So if you want me to humble up a little bit and tell you about what I've done wrong, click right there in that video and I'll see you in there, and I will bare my soul about everything that I have messed up in this online business.